Salutations all. Welcome back to another adventure. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to be putting together one of my favorite dishes to eat and to kind of cook as well, but mostly to eat. I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? Alright, so what are we doing today? Well, before we get into that, let's get into this. Check this out. This is Zora Neale Hurston. Born in 1891, she was an American author, anthropologist, and filmmaker. She portrayed racial struggles in the early 1900s American South and published research on voodoo. The most popular of her four novels is Their Eyes Were Watching God, which was published in 1937. She also wrote more than 50 short stories, plays, and essays. Born in the deep south of Alabama at a time when you know it was extra tough. Go, check her out. Zora Neale Hurston. So the dish that we're going to get into today, like I said, has become one of those things that I absolutely enjoy eating. Those that have had it typically tend to enjoy it as well. It came about very simply. I took two dishes that are absolutely delicious and I mashed them together. Curries and tacos. So today we're going to make curried lamb tacos. Now admittedly, this can be a little bit daunting. If you're starting from the bottom, going all the way up to the top to make that delicious mouthful of flavor, there's a whole lot involved. But we can simplify this. How? Easy peasy. You get your favorite taco spice, you get some curry, you mix them together, you season your meat, you move on. But there's still a little more work to be done. So we're going to take it the long way because we like to be able to control all of our flavors. And for those of you that have allergies, whether it be to cinnamon, whether it be to clove, or even to garlic, if we take it the long way, you can make those adjustments to have a delicious dish waiting for you. So let's get into this. So the first thing that we're going to get knocked out, the easiest thing to accomplish, we're going to take care of our crema, right? We're going to take care of one of our sauces. So for that, we're going to use a little Greek yogurt, okay? Some fresh avocados, a little bit of lime zest, a touch of salt and pepper. It is really that easy. I like to use the Greek yogurt because it has that nice tang to it, that nice little bit of bite, if you will. It makes for an outstanding sauce to go along with the lamb, right? So you get that right into our bowl, easy peasy. Scoop out our avocado directly into the yogurt. Try to get them nice and ripe. As you know, avocado by itself, a little bit of salt, outstanding. Alright, get our avocado, one more half to go, we're almost there. Now, if you don't have a zester, alright, or a microplane, remember this guy? That's okay. Take a little bit of that lime, just squeeze a little bit of that juice in there. We're going to use the other half of that lime when we make our pico. Remember, we're trying to incorporate a little bit of all the flavors. So each little piece will have its own special little addition to give, but at the same time, they all come together like a delicious family that you're going to eat. I'll put a little salt in there, and a bit of black pepper. Mash away. Now, for my salsa, for my heat aspect outside of the taco meat itself, I like to use a nice harissa. That's a delicious, delicious condiment. You can also go with, of course, sriracha or your favorite salsa, a little Cholula, whatever it may be, whatever floats your boat. Done. We're going to set that aside and get that in the refrigerator and let it do its thing. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and knock this pico out. Very standard recipe, right? We're going to start off with our diced tomatoes. Alright, a couple of diced up tomatoes there. Now for this, I use a little red onion. Just a personal preference for when I'm making this dish. One medium-sized red onions. That's three good-sized tomatoes there. A little diced jalapeno. cilantro, a Now this is where we twist it up a little bit. We're going to do a little diced up peeled cucumber. It adds an outstanding, cool, refreshing bite to the pico there, which goes really well with the curried lamb. So I've got my half a lime here. Going to squeeze some juice in there. And then we're going to hit this with a little salt, pepper, and a touch of cumin. Now remember, like we always say, you can always add more, you can't take away. So you're going to add a little bit. It's about a teaspoon of cumin there. Half teaspoon of black pepper. And a solid teaspoon and a half of kosher salt. Get that all mixed well together. We're going to set this aside and let this culminate into some deliciousness. We'll get to work on that meat. Easy peasy. Alright, so now it's time to get to the part we've been waiting for. The filling, the meat. I mean, that's what we're here for. So let's talk about that just a little bit. For a lot of people, I know that lamb is a meat that you try to get past. Maybe you had a bad experience somewhere, but please, I'm telling you, it is absolutely delicious. Not all lamb is going to be created the same. It's not all going to taste the same. If you're talking about a chop versus a leg, you're talking about different flavor. Australian versus New Zealand, you know, it's all going to be different. So please, don't give up on the lamb. So I've got 1 pound of lamb. And I've got 1 pound of ground beef. This is some ground chuck. Now, the reason I do that, 2 things. 1, lamb is crazily expensive. Let's just be honest with that. And for some, like I said, that flavor is so strong, so that beef helps to dial it down. That lamb is still absolutely going to come through, but the way that you stretch it is you cut it with a little bit of beef. Now, the seasoning part, there's a whole lot. Check that in the comments. I will put those seasonings down there because there is an entire carnival that goes into creating this particular dish. But like I said, if you want to cheat, get your favorite taco seasoning, get you some curry powder, go to town, and good luck. But let's get this cooked up. Alright, got a little non-stick spray in our little our little skillet here. Sorry, not the cast iron. You know I'm in love with that thing. Alright, we're going to go right in there with our lamb and our beef. Get it chopped down a little bit so we can begin to season. I start seasoning it early. I know with those taco packets it tells you to brown your meat off, then you drain it, then you add your seasoning. I don't agree. Once I've got a nice canvas to work with, we'll go right in there with the favorite ingredient, garlic. Doing fresh on this, a little fresh garlic. And let's start seasoning this bad boy up. So first I'm going to hit it with a bit of salt. 2 pounds of meat, I've got about a tablespoon and a half of salt to start me off. Like I said, you can always add more, you cannot take away. Generous helping of chili powder. Follow that up with a little paprika. About a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. A little clove, little ground clove. Some ginger. Some cumin. Bit of black pepper. A little onion powder. And some turmeric. Like I said, I will try my best to get you some semi-accurate measurements as well. We'll check those in the comments. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of oregano. Let's cook this up. You can always add a little cayenne if you like. A little red chili powder. The hot stuff, not your normal chili powder. We're going to get this browned up and give it a taste, see where we are at. So that's it. I mean, that's the gist of it, right? The last little part you really don't need me for. I'm going to cook up some of these little 3-inch corn tortillas. Personally, I think that this meal goes best with the corn. Believe it or not, you will eat and eat and eat and never seem to be full, and then all of a sudden it's too late and you're full. So to avoid that pain, I would go with the corn so you can get a few more tacos down your throat before the pain kicks in. I've got some coconut rice cooked up. We're going to throw some lentils down, call it a day. Now, this is just me. I know a lot of people don't like it, but you get yourself a little goat cheese crumble, sprinkle that in there with that delicious pico, some of that avocado cream that we've made, maybe even put a little bit of shredded lettuce. That's not proper taco etiquette, but it's your house. You do what you want. Appreciate you guys coming out for another adventure. Again, thank you for being so patient with us on these delays. A lot of dad bod training going on, but we're going to keep putting out some videos for you. Hit like, subscribe, let us know what you want to see cooked. Ask away. See you later.